Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, December. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It is Sunday, December 4th, in 4:30 in California, in the United States or the U.S. And I really wanted to play a little bit of music that made Irene Cara so famous. And I also want to finish reading her movie list. So I have 30 minutes as opposed to 15 minutes, and I should be able to cover quite a bit more material about Irene Cara because she was really one of my favorite artists by far. Let me see. Hopefully you all can hear it. Okay. Hopefully you guys and dolls out there were able to hear her singing her signature song, Fame. And it was like, who did not want to head over to Juilliard in New York, or just pursue music, acting, dance, creativity? I mean, it just gave you such a feeling of you could do it, you could accomplish being some type of entertainer as long as you went to school first. And it was my understanding also that Irene Cara had a huge following and calls what do you call them? I want to say artistic schools, but the schools for music and dance went way up in registry or enrollment, because of Fame. Okay, so it was a huge, huge hit in so many ways. And it clearly, when you start to see culture and society affected by a movie or a song or both, it's significant. You know, it is a significant movie or show, and the theme is resonating with folks. And that's what you really want your movie or whatever it is you're doing. You want it to touch others. You know, so they say, hey, you know what? I want to be that. I can do that, you know? So the second song that was a massive hit was Flashdance. What a Feeling. So let me see if we can get that playing for my wonderful audience out there. There it goes. Yeah. So this is performed by Irene Cara. What a Feeling. And it came out in 1983. Okay, so now we can see why that wonderful, magnificent song won an Oscar. And I think the actress in it was Jennifer Beal. She was quite beautiful. And then you had beautiful Irene Cara rather. And the story or the theme of the movie was really good. It was good. So, What Is Feeling by Irene Cara was taken from a 1983 soundtrack. The soundtrack was named Flashdance. The music I just played was actually the unofficial music video and had been extended and remixed by whoever posted it on YouTube. So that's why it sounded a little different. So I apologize, everyone. I want to see if I can find the unmixed one, right? Wouldn't that be helpful? But I think most of us remember that song, whether we were born or not. It was a huge movie and a huge song, and especially if you are a musician of any sort, you know this song. So I do want to get back to Irene Cara's movie career. Okay, let's do that. And I did do her statistical facts on my first part one of her career.
Awesome.
Sorry about that. That's my friend. She's going through some stuff right now. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I did do all of the videos. Yes, videos. I did do all those already. And I was trying to get down to the last of her movies. So, but I do have a story to share if anyone's interested out in the world about my one connective story. I was basically in my preteens when I had been seen by a fashion designer, and he saw me because I was just walking down the street. I believe I was going to a friend's house. That's where I was going. And I was in Pasadena, and this dude comes up to me, and with his car, he's in his car, he's an older gentleman. And like I said, I was preteen, and he gave me his business card and asked me to call him, said he was looking for models. How many times have we heard this story, right? So I actually was naive and not all that bright, really, really wanted to be famous bad, I really had that bug when I was younger. And then I had called him up and we did a fitting. And when he did the fitting, he told me it was for the actress, singer, songwriter, Irene Cara. And he said, I could tell by your figure that you were her height, because she's 5'1", I believe, between 5 foot and 5'1", which isn't a whole lot, just like, an inch. And she was just quite petite. And it was, I think, because they do it by your bust and then by your waist and your hips and all of that when they're measuring you in order to do a fitting for a celebrity. And so I happened to be her petite model. From there, I went to many fashion shows with this designer, and I helped dress super tall models at these great modeling events in Los Angeles. So it was well worth me knowing him. I should say there were pros and cons. There were definitely some cons. But the pros were being a model for Irene Cara, and also I was fortunate enough to learn a lot about fashion and fashion shows. So that is my connection, one of my connections to Irene Cara. Also, I used to sing quite a bit. It was really for pageantry or talent shows and wedding events. Like, I was like your wedding singer. How about that? And I would rehearse. When I'd be rehearsing, warming up my voice, I would always sing the album of Fame. And then from there, I would go on to Whitney Houston. And then there were other vocalists. But those were my main two. They were always between Irene Cara, because I love the idea of being a singer on stage. And then also being a big singer like Whitney Houston. Okay, so I used all my songs that I loved in particular were Irene Cara's Out There on My Own. I forget how it starts out, but I think it's like sometimes I wonder who I am. Who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone out here on my own. Something like that. And so, we're always proving who we are, always reaching for that rising star. So anyway, I can't remember all the words of the song, so that's why I kind of did a double take on one of the lyrics there. But I did that one, and then I love Fame. Baby, look at me and tell me what you see. You ain't seen the best of me yet. Give me time, I'll make you forget the rest. So that was two of the songs, and I'm not trying to belt out any folks, because she is the original singer of those songs. She made them quite famous, and she made it possible for young singers like myself and aspiring singers to have material and material for us to practice with, which was really wonderful. Okay, so thank you, Irene Cara. Now, what I want to do is, I think I really want to go back to the movies here. One moment, folks, one moment. Okay, here she is, her beautiful self. I can't believe they have Adele at number one. I'm not sure why. She's not the number one vocalist in the world. Okay, remembering Irene Cara. So let me get back to hers. There we go. Am I there yet? Okay, yes, I am. Finally. I am back to the movie page. Oh, and for those of you who don't agree with me, they have Adele and IMDb, which stands for the Internet Movie Database.com. I don't know if a lot of you know globally who Adele is, but they do have her in the number one singer spot, and I think they're basing it off of a lot of things, but honestly, she's not the best vocalist live at all. And I know by far Whitney Houston was definitely the best vocalist of all time live. And I'm going to say as a international vocalist, Whitney Houston was by far number one. And had they not snuffed her out of Oscar nominations for all of her movies, because she sang in all of them, I believe she probably would have had 3 or 4 Oscars just for music alone. Had Clive, kind of put her on that track. And I think so. I'm pretty sure, because her voice was absolutely incredible. And I'm sorry, but I just don't think Adele was the one. But if you want to explain to me why you think Adele should be above Whitney Houston, feel free. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that one. Okay? Where are we? So we're back to Sweet. Love the lovely, beautiful Irene Cara. Hearts Are Wild. She was in that one. She did one episode. It was a TV series. 1992. She was the voice of Beauty in Beauty and the Beast. 1992. The Jungle King. She was Lynette. She was the voice of Lynette. 1994. And DJ Bobo and Irene Cara, What a Feeling, in 2001, a music video. And 2006, she was Irene Cara in Downtown. Okay. And, sorry about me just trying to sing like that. My voice is quite tired. I did some vocal practice earlier, and I don't know if anyone's ever tried molasses. Molasses and green tea to sip on. It has a lot of vitamins and nutrients in it. I had that, and it's my first time trying it. It really dried out my vocal cords here. And also I was using my head voice, which isn't good. It's really great to use all 3 parts. So those who sing know what that means. Okay, moving on. Okay, she was 5'4" in height. I apologize, 5'4". Let's say have her down as. And again, born in 1959 of March, on the 18th day. She passed away recently, November 25th, in Newport Richey, Florida. And she had one spouse up until 1991, from 1986 until 1991. His name was Conradi Palmisano. Her parents were Gasper Cara. I keep saying Cara, by the way, because I used to be Cara, Turkish Cara, which is Kara. So that's also why you'll hear me fumbling around on the pronunciation of Irene Cara's name. So I apologize for that. But hopefully by now, after 4 episodes on this wonderful, amazing woman, everyone knows I'm speaking about Irene Cara. Okay? All right. So that's it. For now, I do want to do a little trivia. From Irene Cara herself. Quotes. I don't mean to sound immodest, but I never had any doubt that I'd be successful, nor any fear of success. I was raised as a little goddess who was told she would be a star. Oh. And so that was in Cosmo magazine, a direct quote from Irene Cara, 1985. Her trademarks were energetic and upbeat. The trivia is wrote the lyrics of Flashdance, What a Feeling, with co-writer Keith Forsey, while riding in a car in New York, headed to the studio to record it. The music for Flashdance was written by Giorgio Moroder, and the after result was not only a #1 record, it also won them an Oscar and a Grammy. Okay, so what I'm reading from is the imbdpage.com, and I will put the link in the description box, okay? So if you want to look up and learn more about Irene Cara, you're more than welcome to. When you have time, you know. And if you're an aspiring singer, she's definitely a singer, a songwriter, dancer, actress, pianist. I mean, she was excellent. If you have a chance, watch her in Japan on YouTube. She's pretty amazing, and she speaks some Japanese as well. So I thought that was really, really cool of her. And lastly, I have provided quite a few pictures in the presentation today. I just have to do the whole copyright usage clause in the description area. And I hope that everyone really learned quite a bit about Irene Cara. Okay, so again, she was an actress, a singer, and a songwriter and producer. And she was destined for a life of accomplishments that millions strive for, but very few actually attain. From being able to play the piano by ear at the age of 5 to earning an Oscar, multiple Grammys, a Golden Globe, and a People's Choice Award, Irene's rise to stardom was paved with experiences of a lifetime. Okay, so she was really a fireball of talent and stardom. She was meant to be a star. It was very obvious. And she didn't seem to be all into her looks or anything, although she could have been. She's beautiful from head to toe and very natural. And so she was really a class act. And I miss those eras, you know, where women were talented. You know, there was nothing they couldn't do if they put their minds to it. And it's really missed just hearing pure singers. And they have so many fraudulent ones now. It's like a joke. They're a joke. I'm not even going to put a name out there. And I don't want to put them down. I understand that they may think that they're singers. But there are a lot of things singers do that people who cannot sing well do. And one of which is they always want to sing a cappella or have no problem doing that. They're vocally trained. They have their own original sound. There isn't any song that they cannot interpret into their own style. They understand scaling, using their vocal ability to use scales. And they are not self-declared singers and all that good stuff only. But you have vocal coaches and all kinds of people in the business that are going to vouch truth and not let's go along to get along, but are very honest about their abilities as so witnessed by their own eyes and ears. And so she was one of those true talents. And so I really enjoyed her. And she will be missed, you know. I'm hoping that we'll get traditional music back. What do you folks think out there in the potosphere, podcasting sphere, huh? Potosphere? Does that make sense? I just made that up right now. But I do have on a special guest tomorrow. I want to do my shout out with him. His name is, do I have it here? Let's look here. Let me check. Before I close out the show, let's see. Because I'm doing these shows at the very last minute. And I think I'm going to stop doing this because I like to lose my place and stuff. I really like a planned show for my audience. That's so kind to download or to listen to what I have to say or to listen to my magnificent guests. I hope you all were able to listen to the author that I had on, Mr. Damian White. He was amazing. Amazing. Really, really an outstanding poet. Okay, let's see. I need to do my shout out real quick. I have 90 seconds. If not, you know what? I can do a trailer to my guest. But he's an Emmy Award winner. Okay, so I have an Emmy Award winning guest coming on tomorrow, December 5th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, and then 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so tomorrow, Monday, December 5th, I will have on a special guest. Okay, Vinny Postivo, Emmy Award winner. Oh, I'm sorry, he's on at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you for listening to Coffee Chat with Camille, and keep on sipping on the coffee. Bye for now. Thank you for listening. Did I say bye for now? Okay. Bye, everyone.